Family Guy has been one of the best and most beloved animated comedy shows since it first sprung into the scene way back in 1999. Despite being canceled a handful of times, the show is still alive and kicking today and is now on its 16th season, featuring over 300 total episodes. Peter Griffin is an absolute icon in the TV world, and him and his friends have been making us laugh out loud for years now. Anyway, I'm your host as always, K-Mac Time, and today I want to go over some of my favorite moments from classic Family Guy. Now, these moments are mostly from the first few seasons, as these are the seasons that I remember the best. But if you guys like this type of video, then leave a like and a comment, and if we hit 1,000 likes, I will continue on to seasons 6 through 10. But with that out of the way, guys, let's jump right in with the classic moment from the very first episode of the show.
Come on, this thing goes up to 90.
What's on your thermostat?
God, how does he always know?
Brain implant, Meg. Every father's got one. Tells you when the children are messing with the dial.
Hey, Peter, my thing went off. Your thermostat okay?
Yeah, it's all right.
Hey, is my kid over here?
Forget it, false alarm.
Yes, the pilot episode is a total masterpiece, and every scene is laugh out loud funny, but the one scene that really stood out to me has to be the stag party scene. It is timeless and perfectly introduces us to some of the Peter's friends and some of the most iconic characters in animation history.
Promise me, Peter.
Lois, honey, I promise. Not a drop of alcohol is going to touch these lips tonight.
Hey, who wants to play Drink the Beer?
Right here.
You win.
All right, what do I win?
Another beer.
Oh, I'm going for the high score.
Well, actually, Charlie's got the high score.
Hey, man, your clock won't flush.
Next up is another Peter Griffin classic moment, and it's one of my all-time favorite Family Guy flashbacks, which is something that they are known for, that they do all the time and do very well. Anyway, this one has to do with Peter in a job interview, and like I said, it's downright hilarious.
Where do you see yourself in 5 years?
Don't say doing your wife. Don't say doing your wife. Don't say doing your wife. Doing your son?
Speaking of hilarious flashbacks, our next moment just makes me bust out laughing every time I see it. And this is when Peter recalls his experience in Vietnam, and it's out of left field, and you didn't really see this coming. I remember when I first saw it, I almost cried laughing when I saw this.
You're all stupid. See, they're going to be looking for army guys.
Another thing Family Guy does extremely well is parody. I absolutely love when they bring on characters from other shows or make fun of celebrities, and one of the funniest parodies they've ever done was on the Cookie Monster as a crack addict. The perfect way to make fun of a children's character, just blew my mind at the time, and I remember quoting this at school over and over again, and it's such a freaking great moment.
What are these?
I don't know.
What do you mean you don't know?
I don't know how they got there.
Well, I think you do know.
No, Derek was in here earlier. He was making the beds. He probably put them, I was in the John. You guys are Nazis, man! You're freaking Nazis!
The show also has an outstanding knack for musicals. They've done loads of songs over the years, and they've all been pretty good, but by far, my favorite song they've ever done was an earlier episode where they parodied MC Hammer, and it was just laugh out loud funny. I love this episode, and this was one of the better moments from the earlier seasons.
Just like the bad guy from Lethal Weapon 2. I've got diplomatic immunity, so Hammer, you can't sue. I can write graffiti, even jaywalk in the street. I can riot, loot, not give a hoot, and touch your sister's teeth. Can't touch me.
Another all-time great flashback was when Peter was narrating his own life. Such an original and funny idea, and it was done perfectly. And I absolutely love how he took a typical writer speak, and it sounds like he's reading an actual novel. It was such a well-written scene, and it just makes me laugh every time.
Lois had always been full of energy and life, but lately I had begun to grow more aware of her aging. The bright, exuberant eyes that I had fallen in love with were now beginning to grow dull and listless with the long fatigue of a weary life. I awoke several hours later in a daze.
One of the earliest and funniest Stewie moments came when he was trying to mock Chris on his new diet. It was a moment like this that really made me fall in love with this character so early on and made me become absolutely hooked on watching this show.
This meatloaf is a symphony of flavor. It's too bad you can't have some. It's practically orgasmic. Oh, yes! Yes! Oh, yes! Yes!
I'll have what he's having.
Another character that Family Guy does well is Jesus and God, believe it or not. Seriously, some of the funniest scenes in the entire show are flashbacks of them in Bible verses. This one, though, is one that always stood out to me and makes me bust out laughing every
let
time.
me light that for you, babe.
Wow.
Yeah, magic fingers.
Jesus Christ! What? Get the Escalade. We're out of here.
Another classic Stewie and Peter moment is when Peter is trying to potty train Stewie, and it's just like such a, again, these are such out of left field. You'd never see these concepts coming, but they work so perfectly. In this moment they have together is downright freaking hilarious.
Come on, Stewie, don't you want to pee in a toilet bowl like a big boy? I remember when I learned to use a potty all by myself. I was so proud. Hey, Lois! I did it! Ah! Maybe you don't have to pee. Hey, I ought to just give you some beer. It goes right through you.
Wonderful. And while we're at it, we can light up a doobie and watch porn.
Yeah?
Now, before we get to my number one, let's go over a few honorable mentions that are still hilarious, but just missed out on making my spot on my top 10 list. But like I said, these are still some great all-time scenes, and one you guys should probably check out if you haven't seen already.
I'm a rock-it man. Rocket Man. Burning out his fuse out here. Alone. Oh, yeah. That's the good stuff.
Excuse me. I got a package for you, too. All right. Nice try, but I built up an immunity.
Been guilty of murder in the first degree.
Oh, no!
Oh, no.
Oh, no!
Oh no!
Oh, no!
Oh, yeah!
And now my favorite classic Family Guy moment of all time has to be the original chicken fight. It was so out of left field crazy, and it works incredibly well, and it's just always stuck with me as one of my favorite moments from any show I've ever watched. It's just so freaking funny. It's so good that they've continued on the fight, and they've done like 5 or 6 more fight scenes with the chicken, and he's almost in like every other season they do this, and it's just like a long time running joke in the series now, and it's absolutely hilarious every single time.
I gave you this coupon.
I'm sorry, this is expired.
You son of a...
So there you guys have it, my personal top 10 classic Family Guy moments. Now again, keep in mind, these were only from the earlier seasons. I'm going to be planning on doing more. If and when you guys want to see that, just make sure to smash that like button down below. If we reach 1,000 likes or more, I will know you guys want to see the next few seasons. I'll make another moment. Also, I've done a previous video on this. I did a classic Simpsons moments that are always funny and SpongeBob, so check those videos out. Links in the description as well. Also, like I said, I'm open to suggestions in the comment section. Which scenes do you guys think were funny? Which ones did I miss? There's so many scenes that are absolutely hilarious in this show, and I know I couldn't put them all on this list, so let me know which ones are your guys' favorites, and I'll make sure to, to read some comments and get some good conversation going on here. I love when that happens. Also, leave me a comment down below letting me know which shows should be next. We could do South Park. We could do Rick and Morty. We could do pretty much anything you guys are into like that. I'd love to take you guys' suggestions on that. But as always, guys, remember that it is always K-Mac time somewhere. Until then, guys, take it easy and peace out.